Hello everybody, this is Kurt Rick here. Today I'll be explaining every option in the Rebel Inc. scenario creator. The timestamps for every section is in the description. This applies to the current version of Rebel Inc. escalation of 1.0.4. So, let's begin with the overview. The name of your scenario sets the name of your scenario. The description sets the summary of your scenario, limited to 1,000 characters. The icon sets the icons of the scenario. There are various icons that you can choose from. Edit mode, how complex, how limited you can edit your scenario. I recommend advanced because recommended is very limiting. The category sets what type of scenario you are making, from real world to romance. Language sets the language, self-explanatory. The difficulty, cheats, various, start year, start month, self-explanatory. Starting event title, description is self-explanatory. The governor. If you pick any governor, the default 8 can be used. If you pick one governor, you can customize your governor with a name and its portrait. So I'm going to pick Civil Servant, and I can customize this if I want to. So I can name this Bob and customize it and with the development director. Region and region name. Set a region or any region. At this time, Golden Sands is not supported. And custom region name. Custom tactics. No gameplay effect. You can tell the player the customizes and the changes. You can pick between player, insurgent, and map features. The default icons, overlays, and corners will be provided, or you can upload your own. Next up, civilian editor. Start reputation. Whatever you put in a value, in casual difficulty, +10, normal difficulty +0, brutal difficulty -7, mega brutal =10. Lack of stability. Time before the lack of stability, reputation damage starts to ramp up. The default value is 3 years. Corruption. Higher value, reduced damage to reputation. Same values before -3.6 will reduce your reputation per turn. Insurgent control. Higher value, increased damage to reputation. Values below 0 do not work. Support level. Starting support level. Global support level effectiveness is significantly reduced on higher difficulties. Positive values increase support, while negative values turn supporters to neutrals. Hostility level. Starting hostility level. Positive values increase hostility and turn neutrals to hostiles, while negative values turn hostiles to neutrals. Corruption opinions. Control how corruption decreases support level. Negative values increase support level. Disable concerns, self-explanatory, but protests over lack of services and jobs still appear. Additional concerns for roles and security appear on lower difficulties. No impact on Mega Brutal. Local concern opinions. Multiplies concern impact on zone support level. Higher values grows faster. Starting funds. When you're playing as the banker, you start with less funds. Starting budget, reputation income, stable zone income. Default of 0.08, 0.42, and 1. Change around based how you like them. Disable inflation. Inflation will be permanently set to 0. Inflation growth. Change how much inflation affects initiative cost. With the value of 1, the cost will be increased by the current amount of inflation, and the value of 2 cost will be increased by the current amount of inflation times 2. Funds excess limit. Note that the more money you have, the faster it drains. Deficit funding. Note, the more debt or the more money you're in the negatives, the more reputation loss you have. Martial law will not save you. Unreliable funding. Higher value, more likely budget is randomized per month. For example, for 1 month you can get $30, while the next 5 months you get $1. Budget decline stops all future income, but external income is unaffected, such as warlords' blockades. Subprime exposure, self-explanatory. Disable peace negotiations, self-explanatory. Negotiation effectiveness, how fast or slow peace negotiation goes. Stable zone negotiation impact, set to 1 for default and increase or decrease based on how fast you want the negotiation process to be. Starting progress doesn't work, crashes the game. Disable corruption, starting corruption risk, self-explanatory. Growth, how fast corruption catches up to corruption risk. Higher values equals to faster. On mega approval, it's almost instant. Initiative corruption risk. Multiply for by initiatives that gives corruption. Default of 1. Anti-corruption teams and effectiveness. No need to touch. High effectiveness values of greater than 0.01 makes anti-corruption very OP. Charity corruption risk, self-explanatory. Security bonus, how much security in percentage all zones start with. Values below 0 do not work and does not kill insurgents. Unsure if bonus remains after insurgent takeover. Stable zone security modifier, same as above, and multiplies security percentage of the zone when zone is stabilized. Initiative build cost per initiative that experts roll out, self-explanatory. Expert travel time modifier, value set to 1 will cause soldiers' logistics to be 1 when passing by an expert. Expert additional zones affected. Adjacent zones that is being worked by experts do not cost more money. Now, military. Soldier strength modifier. Coalition soldier strength. National soldier strength, self-explanatory. Multiple soldier training penalty, self-explanatory. Disable national soldier training penalty doesn't require coalition soldiers for it to be trained faster. Coalition/national soldier training, self-explanatory. 1 month is 6 turns, 1 year is 72. National soldier, restless militia, self-explanatory. Coalition soldier deployment time, self-explanatory. Coalition soldier deployment time, self-explanatory. Coalition soldier extension cost, multiplied to coalition's extension time cost. Values below 0 give reputation. Coalition soldier to national soldier support. Multiplied of support, set value to 1 as default and values below 0 disable support. All these tactics are already explained in my Rain All Player Tactics videos that will be linked above and in the description. Soldier travel time. Multiply for soldier speed. Values below 0.2 will pretty much be instant travel. Soldier speed penalty. Adds logistics on top of the current one. Negative values decrease logistics or time required to travel between zones. Maximum health, multiply for maximum health. Setting value at 0 will mean instant loss. Airstrike strength, multiply for maximum health. Airstrike strength, Self-explanatory. Values below 0 can cause your soldier strength to be not of value. Airstrike accuracy decreases the chance of airstrikes to hit civilians. Set this value extremely high to prevent pop-ups. Tank strength. Compared to soldiers, the multiplicative increase over normal soldiers. Tank additional training. Self-explanatory. Next up, Insurgent editor. Insurgency start. Self-explanatory. Default of 20 months. Strength. Self-explanatory. Default of 1x. Set value to less than 0 will remove the challenge. Capability modifies how powerful insurgents are. Higher values means more powerful they are. Attack frequency. Self-explanatory. Aggressive AI. Self-explanatory. Attack priority increases the chance that insurgents will attack important zones such as HQ or urban areas. Long range attack distance. Self-explanatory. Combat support increases the strength of nearby insurgents by the value you set +1. Values below 0 decrease strength of nearby insurgents. Fleeing. Default of 1. In-game tactic of split and run is 2. Fleeing casualties. Increased chance of insurgents die when fleeing. Values of 0 will prevent this from happening. Fleeing from airstrikes. Self-explanatory. Ambushes. Self-explanatory. The first time is misleading. This can happen many times. Recruitment drive. Self-explanatory. Cave capacity. Default of 5, but the higher the value, the longer it will take to clear the cave. As with testing, high amounts of insurgents will prevent the cave from being cleared. Funds from destruction. Self-explanatory. Airstrike damage. Default of 1. Setting this value to 0.5 will require 2 hits, etc. Next up, region editor. Region. Disable region features on special maps. Black caves will disable caves but can still be enabled in the editor. Asia Dam disables the dam. Wacky Insurgent AI is disabled. Opium Trail disables opium mechanics. Opium rumored event will never happen. Golden Sands disable oil derricks. Default income. Wacky Insurgent AI disabled. Government/insurgent control. Zones will randomly be stable or in rebel control at the start. Zones with intel. Self-explanatory. Insurgent camps. The amount of starting camps. Setting this value to 0 will cause only 1 camp to spawn. Caves. Caves will be placed in mountainous terrain and does not affect disabled region features. Catacombs. Random caves placed in urban zones. You will require an urban specialist to clear this cave quickly. Garrisons. Self-explanatory. Embassies. Random embassies placed in priority zones. Tank specialist depots. Spawns in flat terrain and is randomized. Intel rate. Sets the multiplier to intel gathering speed. Default of 1. A value of 0 requires soldiers to collect intel. Intel decay. Sets the multiplier to intel decaying speed. Default of 1. A value of 0 disables reduction of intel. Zone editor requires a map selected in a scenario overview. Name, inertial control, population. Self-explanatory. Local support level. The local support level, more effective than the global support level, converts neutrals to supporters. Local hostility level. The local hostility level, more effective than a global hostility level, converts neutrals to hostiles. Population percentage of supporters. Starting supporters. Setting this value above 0.3 will most likely stabilize the zone at the start. Hostile. Attack priority. Higher value, more likely insurgents attack the zone. Decrease the value to reduce the chance of insurgents attacking the zone. Insurgent fighters. As insurgents in the zone at the start of the game. However, they can attack without the insurgency rumor event. Structures, most self-explanatory. Training complexes can still spawn insurgents when destroyed. Most structures cannot be destroyed by airstrikes. Insurgent stronghold will not allow insurgents to flee. Fanatical outpost does not work. Ambushes can be avoided if your soldiers withdraw the zone fast enough. And the rest are self-explanatory. Next up, initiative editor. Requires zone selection plus governor selection. Name, description, icon, overlays, color, self-explanatory. Cost, the cost without inflation. Lock initiative, useless for gameplay. Pre-funded initiative, no cost or inflation impact. Support level adds the value amount of the global support level, less effective than the zone support level. Converts neutrals to supporters. Hostility level adds the value amount of the global hostility level, less effective than the zone's hostility level. Converts neutrals to hostile. Initiative rollout changes the amount of initiatives or hammers that can be rolled out. Each initiative has a minimum of 1 hammer. Applies to urban/rural/remote. With local support modifier, how much additional support you get. 0.5 seems to double your support. Inflation multiplier. Modify the inflation rate. Defaults to 0, touching is not needed. Inflation change percentage, self-explanatory. A value less than 0 will decrease inflation. Inflation gain, self-explanatory, defaults to 0.8. Inflation cost sensitivity. How sensitive the cost is relative to inflation. A cost of 2 means that the cost of this initiative is the cost plus doubled inflation. Military/civilian initiative cost multiplier. Hidden as percentage to cost. A value of 0.5 means that these will cost 50% more. Corruption risk gain adds a corruption risk by buying this initiative. Multiplies to initiative corruption risk and uses percentage system. Using negative corruption risk gain will set your reputation to not a number. For example, a value of 0.25 will increase your risk by 0.25 multiplied by the initiative corruption risk. Corruption from initiatives. Multiply the multiplier for initiative corruption risk. For example, a value of 0.1 means that future initiatives will add 10% more to corruption risk. Global corruption increase. Modify active corruption. Purchase uses a global corruption increase of negative 20% or negative 0.2. Anti-corruption teams, self-explanatory, modifies the amount of anti-corruption teams you have, needs effectiveness for it to work. Anti-corruption team effectiveness, default of 0.005, values of 0.5 and greater are overpowered. Deploy soldiers, self-explanatory. Soldier training time, self-explanatory. Soldier strength multiplier, decrease or increase national soldier strength. Game defaults to 4 for arms upgrades. Soldier support level. Positive values increase support while negative values reduce support. Coalition soldiers still decrease support after a period of time. Soldier hostility level inverted. Positive values decrease hostility while negative values increase hostility. Airstrike strength. Change how powerful airstrikes are. Self-explanatory. Airstrike accuracy. Change the rate of civilian casualties. Negative values will cause pop-ups to happen more frequently. Gameplay mechanic. Enable or disable gameplay tactics. These are List of functionality is linked in the top of the description, and these are the notes. You cannot enable the democratic transition event. Universal justice only enables angle over justice hypocrisy. Interpreters and guides, human terrain system only increases intel speed. Bunker blaster activate only can be used once per initiative. Custom component. These are one way and cannot be disabled. Hire expert, self-explanatory. Neighborhood development allows experts to work on initiatives in adjacent zones. Unsure if costs extra. Hot Wheels. Set logistics near experts to one. Allow units to instantly travel when passing by them. Expert pay cut. When experts are killed, a big chunk of funds is deducted and a new expert is trained, which takes longer. Governor type doesn't matter and bypasses the development director's expert rehiring. Opium crackdown enables soldiers to burn poppies. Opium trail only. Enhanced surveillance. Drones can scan one more zone. Advisory rule. Coalition soldiers are 4 times stronger when supporting nationals. Doesn't affect coalition soldier strength. Funding shift decreases annual budget by $4. Coalition surge. Gain two coalition soldiers for training. Takes a bit longer to train. Unlike the surge event, these soldiers do not automatically withdraw in 2 years' time. Private military contractors. Self-explanatory. Annual budget increases annual budget by $4. Enable ability. Self-explanatory. Choose ability for cooldown modifier. Pick an ability and set a value to increase/decrease cooldown. Negative numbers decrease cooldown while positive numbers increase the cooldown. Attachment. Gain attachment. When deploying a soldier, attachment is already applied onto the soldier. Initiative unlock criteria. Self-explanatory. Now to the zone actions. Name, completed. Headline, the success. Headline, destroyed. Self-explanatory. Rollout attack. The number of turns required to roll initiatives. Fast initiatives will only require 5 to 6. Government restricted rollout. Self-explanatory. Concern type. Self-explanatory. Local support level. Modifies local support level. More effective than global support level. Converts neutrals to supporters. Local hostility level. Modifies local hostility level. More effective than the global hostility level. Converts neutrals to hostiles. Support level. Modifies how much global support level is added or removed. Telecoms use 0.25. Hostility level modifies how much hostility is added or removed. Telecoms uses negative 0.25. Local intel speed. Modify intel collection speed plus bonus to adjacent zones when completed. Regional intel speed modifies intel collection speed in all zones after completion. Rollout time bonus. Modify the speed of rollout in zones. Uses a percentage system. Upgrade roads. Modify the road level when completed. Uses a percentage system. Values greater than 0.5 might give desirable results. Security level. Modify security when completed. Uses a percentage system. Please uses 1. Does not kill insurgents. Kill insurgents. Kill insurgents when completed. Please uses 1. Insurgent strength does not matter. Destruction. Chance. Modify how likely this initiative was to be destroyed by insurgents. Uses percentage system. Raw focus. Self-explanatory. Raw amount. Self-explanatory. This is all the options or most of the options for Webbook Inc. Scenario Creator. If you find this informative, please like and subscribe. We're only 400 subscribers away from 2,000 subscribers, and it will be a great milestone to reach before the end of this year. There will be more videos about commentary and future games, which I am excited to see, and a reaction to golden sands on webbing acceleration in the upcoming video. Bye bye.